All right, everybody, welcome to another session of Agent Mastermind. I'm here with my dear friend Denny Andrews out of Seattle. And, man, I hope it's not raining out there right now because it's just so beautiful here in Michigan. But Denny has an amazing class for us today. If you don't currently have a CRM system, you're not currently using something to stay in front of your database automatically, and not using something to remind you of certain things that you should be doing throughout the transaction or to past clients, this will for sure help you. Now, if you already have a CRM system in place, that's okay. Some of the stuff we're going to share with you, you can take and use, swipe, however you want to say it, and use in your own CRM system. So no need to take notes. We're going to have the recording for you, and we're also going to give you the PowerPoint. So don't worry about that. So you'll be able to go through it later. Just sit back, relax, and every time you hear one of these presentations, you're going to pick up a little bit something more that's going to help you grow your business. So I appreciate you guys joining us. And Denny, my dear friend, take it away, brother.
Okay, buddy. All right. So there are tons of different CRMs out there, and I liked Zoho because it was free to try, and then if you like it, you can continue to use it. The other thing about Zoho that's nice is once you upload all your data into it and you start formatting it and using it, if you decide you want to switch to a different CRM, they have full export capability. So you can export all of your data out of Zoho and then move it into ACT or into any other CRM that you want. They don't try to stop you from doing that like some companies do, because they want to keep you and keep you using their product.
Like Facebook.
Exactly, like Facebook. Yeah, they don't want to let you download your data. So this is a list of some trainings that we've been doing over time on branding, and then contacts and data management, which we covered last week, and that was on how to download your contacts from all these different places and all these different databases that we have online. Well, now, once you download your contacts, the next thing is information management, and that's really what a CRM helps you do, is manage not just your contacts, but all the information that swirls around your contacts also. This is really the difference when it comes to being able to establish these relationships with your customers and clients and really make them feel like they're the only client that you have, or they're the only customer that you have. That's the key part of a CRM, is making them feel like when they call or when they receive correspondence from you, that you're taking the time to really work on their individual file or their individual situation. Now, as I mentioned, there are all kinds of CRMs out there. There's ACT. A lot of people use Google Contacts or Outlook and think of them as CRMs. They're really not. They're more like online Rolodexes, but they do store guys' content, and you can add notes to all of your contacts information. But a true CRM is going to integrate everything: sales, marketing, finance, service, analysis. It's going to integrate all of that into your customers' information. Now, as Scott mentioned, last week we did a training where we taught you how to download all your contacts from Facebook, which is kind of tough to do, but it can be done. And then LinkedIn, Google, Outlook. We showed you how to bring all your contacts from all these different places where you have it, and then bring them all together into a CSV file, which stands for comma separated values. Now, your CSV file you can turn and very easily upload into any CRM. You can upload it into ACT, you can upload it into Zoho, you can upload it anywhere you want. So now, from last week that you've got all your data exported and loaded into a CSV file, we're going to show you how to get Zoho set up so you can upload that data into Zoho and then start really working with it.
Nice.
Now, the first place you're going to go to is Zoho.com, and this is going to pop up right here, and you can see this was a couple of weeks ago. It said more than 5 million, and then I was just putting this presentation together for you guys, and it jumped up to more than 6 million.
Wow. So
there's a lot of people that are using Zoho and having success with it. So what's going to happen is when you go to Zoho.com, this is going to pop up. It's going to show you some Zoho projects. They have a whole bunch of different programs. Then if you scroll down, you're going to come down here, and it's going to show you all the applications that they have, and most of these are free. Collaboration, they have chat, discussions, meeting, sharing, business applications, and productivity. under the business applications, you're going to go here and you're going to click right here on CRM. So then that's going to take you to Zoho's Customer Relationship Manager. And you can feel free to click on all these other things and check them out and see which ones you might be able to use. But for now, I'm just going to cover the CRM. So you click on the CRM, and it takes you to this page here where it says, if you have a Zoho account already, sign in up here. If you don't, sign up now. And then you can see here they've got the right and left arrows. This is just going to scroll through some of the different things. For instance, this says track your sales activities, which your CRM will absolutely let you do. Also, take it with you, go mobile, and they have Zoho for iPad, iPhone, Droid, and actually any web browser you can log into Zoho. That's another nice thing about it. Similar to Gmail, is it's cloud-based, so you don't need anything downloaded onto your local machine. You can anywhere you can get internet access, you can log into Zoho, have access to all your clients, and work on those clients and correspond with them. So from here, most people that are watching this video are going to go to sign up now. They don't have an account yet. So you click sign up now. It takes you here, set up new account. Now it's very simple. It's just like setting up any other account online. Name, company, phone, email, password, and CAPTCHA. So you put that in, and then you're going to click get started. It's going to take you to here. It's going to give you your username and password, send you an email, which you need to confirm like you do with most new setups. Once you do that, you're going to have your username and password. Then you're going to go back to the CRM, and instead of clicking sign up, you're going to click on the sign in, which was up here. When you click on that, you're going to put in your username for Zoho or your email address you use to sign up, either one, and your password. And then I always click use secure access, and all that does is it switches you from HTTP to HTTPS, and it encrypts your data as you're sending information back and forth across the internet. So then you click here sign in. Now you can also sign in with your Yahoo account, with Facebook, with Google. I don't sign in with any of those. I just sign in using a username and password, but if you have a Google account that you're using exclusively for business, feel free to go ahead and sign in with that. Now when you sign in, it's going to bring you to your dashboard. Now this is my dashboard in Zoho, but of course this is after I've spent some time customizing it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've got over here in this box, these are contacts that I've recently viewed. These are my open tasks, things I need to take care of, like a to-do list. These are phone calls that were recently made or I need to make. And then these are new contacts. So these are contacts that have been recently viewed. These are contacts that are brand new that I just made. And you can customize these boxes in here so you can show any information you want on your desktop. You can have one of these boxes be new leads or new internet leads, or I mean, it goes on and on and on, and I'll show you how to customize it, and you'll be able to make those things do anything that you want.
So Denny, these windows you have here, like you're saying, so you can have that be anything you want as far as the windows you see on a daily basis.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the really nice thing about Zoho, and I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff, but even, I mean, for example, even these tabs up here where I have emails, leads, accounts, contacts, these are all customizable. Everything in Zoho you can customize to make it fit your business and do what you want it to do and look the way you want it to look. So that's one of the things I really like about Zoho is the fact that, you know, you can go in here and no one person's Zoho is going to look like anyone else's, except yours might look like mine, at least in the beginning, because you're going to be following what I tell you to do. But once you get it down, you'll go in there and customize this and make it look exactly the way you want it to for your business. Yeah. So to customize Zoho, you're going to be spending a lot of time in one area, and it's right here from the front page. Now, some of these links I'm going to show you today, it took me weeks to find. I mean, took me forever to figure out how to customize some of this stuff. When I'm done here, you'll be able to, in 50 minutes from now, you'll be able to customize everything in Zoho and do it very easily. Okay. But just remember that some of this stuff is, I mean, at least for me, and I'm pretty intuitive about software, it was not very intuitive, and I had a tough time finding it. So to start with, you're going to come in here. Now, your Zoho is going to look a little different than mine when you first log in because it hasn't been customized yet. So you're going to customize it. First thing you do here is go up here where it says Setup right here.
Okay.
And you're going to click this Setup link. Okay. So when you click on this Setup link, it's going to take you to this screen right here. And this is where you're going to spend a lot of time when you're first getting Zoho up and running. Now, you're not going to spend anywhere near as much time as I did.
Right.
But you're going to spend a little bit of time getting it set up. Now, keep in mind, once you set this up, then you're done, and it will continue. It will stay set up, and it will work for you day in and day out. But getting it set up initially can take a little bit of time. So these are all of the different places where you can go and customize your information. Now, the main ones for you, as you get started, the most important ones are going to be the personal settings, your website integration, customization. This is the personal settings and customization is where you're going to spend most of the time initially, and then templates. So I'm going to walk you through this. Now, when you first start, you go to personal settings and you're going to go to account information, and you just click on that. That's going to take you here. So now you're under personal settings right here, and your account information right here. Once you learn this, it's the same way on every page. You won't have any trouble with it.
And just so everybody knows, I mean, he's going to go through this, but you're going to get this recording. You're going to get the PowerPoint that goes along with this. You'll be able to follow step by step. And just so somebody asked the question, how long is the trial period? There is no trial period. This thing is free forever, unless you want to pay for certain little things that it has. But it's so unbelievably cheap that it's just amazing. So
yeah, it's everything. Yeah. Everything I'm showing you up to this point is free, and then as I show you things that cost money, I'll let you know how much they cost. But
okay.
for the maximum full-on bells and whistles, everything you could possibly want, it's $15 a month.
Okay.
And when you see what this can do for your business, I mean, $15 a month. If you get one new listing out of it or one new client
in 2 years,
it pays for it for that's $180 a year. It pays for it for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So. Okay, back to this. So you're at personal settings, account information. It's very simple. You just go through this and fill everything in. Name, username, administrator, phone, website, date of birth. I mean, you don't fax. You don't have to fill all this in if you don't want to, address. But the more completely you fill this stuff in, the better it's going to be down the road as you're using this system. So you fill all this in. Then this is just a screenshot of that whole page. To do that, at the bottom, you can see this is where the edit button is. So when you come to the page, before you can change any of this stuff, you need to go to the bottom, click edit, and if you didn't know it was there, which I didn't, you come to the page and all this stuff is there, and there's no edit button.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And so you're sitting there going, well, how do I change this? And you don't know how to do it. So just scroll down, the edit button's at the bottom, click edit, you're good to go. Then, from there, from account information, you're in personal settings here, account information. You can do this from the setup page, or you can do it right from here. You just go over here to signature and click on that. Now, in here, it will allow you to put in your email signature. Now, to use email in Zoho is $5 a month. So if you want to use email, it's $5 a month. What's that?
No, I was just saying, no, that's great. So you can take and incorporate the Zoho with your email, which, now, and I know we're going to get into this in another class, but what that means is it'll keep track of every email going out and coming back in for that specific client, which is amazing. So you can literally see per client all the conversations you've had back and forth, the questions they've had, and as an agent, it's nice to kind of get a feel for what are people asking? What do they ask on a regular basis? So you can kind of cut it off at the, before they even think of asking, you can send them and say, hey, a lot of my clients have asked this question before. Here's the answer to it. Just thought I would share, which puts you above and beyond the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you having the email in here, I'm going to show you can actually set up email templates where you just click a button and click send, and it fills in the whole email for you, puts their name in it, their address, everything, and then sends it. So
Okay.
it's going to end up saving you a ton of time. But so this is where, from personal settings, signature, this is where you would go and put in your email signature. Now, customization. When you go to customization, the first thing you're going to want to start to customize is going to be the fields. So you go back to setup, that little button up here, it brings this up, customization, click fields. This pops up, list of fields. Okay, so these are all the fields that are in Zoho. Now, there's a bunch of fields, you know, just what you would expect. First name, last name, email, phone number, home phone, you know, all that kind of stuff. But you can see here, you can also add up to 130 custom fields.
Okay.
So you can add 130 additional fields that you can use to manage, sort, and add to templates for your customers and your clients. Now, this is really key right here. The default up here where it says modules list is leads. Every time you create a new field or you're working in your layouts or your templates or wherever you are, you have to go up here and click this button so it drops down and then go to contacts. Contacts is the module you're going to be working in right now. There's other modules, you don't really need them. It's a lot to learn. So do everything in contacts. That's the way I use it right now, and it works great. The only issue is if you forget to drop this down to contacts and you create a new field, then you go back to Zoho, the field's not going to show up unless you go to the leads page. It won't show up on the contacts page. So I spent a month going back and forth. Where are my fields going? Where's my template? Where, you know, losing this stuff because I was forgetting to go to contacts up here, and I was creating stuff in leads. Then I was going back to my contacts and it wouldn't show up. So that is a very, very key point right here. You need to click this drop down right here, go down, click on contacts, then from there create your different fields. So you can see here I've switched it to contacts, click the drop down, click contacts. Now it says instead of leads it says contacts. Now I can go in here and you can see which ones are the custom fields. Like I created this for a mortgage company, and you can see I have annual savings on their monthly payment. Available rate, what rate could they get? Business area, what business area are they interested in? Category, client level. Oftentimes you hear people that talk about your database, you should rank your clients, A, B, C, D. A are people who sent you a referral. B are people who you think would send you a referral, just haven't yet. C are people that are clients, but you don't think they'd ever refer you, and D are people that just flat out need to be deleted out of your database.
Okay,
well,
so wait a minute, Danny. So wait a minute. It's really that. So you go to this thing, you punch contacts, and you literally check the boxes you want to be a part of the template, and that's it.
Well, no, these are fields
right.
that
so
I created.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you do is you go here and you click New Custom Field.
Okay.
And then that's actually coming up next, so you're jumping ahead of the class.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm getting excited.
That's all right. But over here, it shows you the fields that are already built in to Zoho, assistant, assistant's phone number, and then the fields that you've created custom. And the ones that you've created custom, you can go over here and edit, delete, or replace. Now, to Scott's question, when you're going to create a custom field, it's very simple. All you do is go up here and go, see this? New custom field. You click that button. When you do, this pops open. Create custom field. And it says contacts. If it says leads, you need to go back, do the drop down, go to contacts, okay? I can't stress that enough. It'll save you so much time knowing that. Okay, so then from here, what kind of custom field are you going to create? Is it going to be text, a number, a percent, a decimal, currency, a date and time, an email address, a phone number, a URL? You can do a drop-down list, a text area, a checkbox. You can do a drop-down list where you can multi-select. so there's all kinds of fields that you can create, and whatever you pick, Zoho will only allow someone to put that kind of information into that field. So if you have something that, you know, it's gonna be a number most of the time, but it could be text, pick text, don't pick number, because if you pick number, it will not let you put anything in there but a number.
Okay, okay.
Then length, here, you want to put the longest it could possibly be. So for instance, if you were creating an email field, you might want to put 60 in here, because an email could be, a long email could be 60 characters.
Right.
And if you put 20 and you have a 25-character email, it won't fit.
Okay.
So you want to
What
put your
happens if you
length
leave it
in
blank?
here.
Will it let you leave it blank?
Oh, you can leave stuff blank, yeah.
And then does it default to a certain number, or does it? How does it work?
You can set it. You can set it so that there'll be a default.
Okay.
And then, so like under client rate or client level, my default is A.
Okay.
So if I create a new contact, the default level goes to A, and then I can go and change it to something else, you know, if they end up being a jerk.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay, so it's really this simple to create a field in Zoho. Then you're under your customization here now. So from fields, you can go to links. Now links, this is part of the Pro version. The Pro version is $12 a month. So as I said before, if you want email, it's $5 a month. If you want the Pro version, and it, in my opinion, is absolutely worth the money, it's $12 a month. Plus, if you buy the Pro version, your email actually drops from $5 to $3 a month.
Okay.
So for $15 a month, you get the Pro version of Zoho, and you get email with it.
Now,
So-
just to be very clear, that you don't have to pay anything for anything we're showing you today. We're just saying if you want to tie in your email, and what else would the Pro version get you if you want? I mean, we're not. And again, we're no affiliation to Zoho. I just know what CRMs cost. I mean, I know that people are paying for $30, $40, $50 for a CRM system as a real estate agent, and this one's $15. You have to spend a little time setting it up, but once it's set up, how we're going to show you to set it up, it's pretty simple to use.
Yeah, it's once it's set up, it's really easy to use. And then now, for instance, the Pro version, the $12,
Yeah.
it allows you to customize links. You can't do that in the free version, and I'll show you where these links go. So what happens is when you have a contact pulled up, the contact info is over here. This stuff up here is all free. You can add a new potential. So if they're a potential buyer or a potential listing, you can add them as a new potential and put in, it'll automatically put in what the percentage is that close and what your income will be, and it will add them to your pipeline. Then you can put in a new task. Okay, I need to call this person in 24 hours. A new event. I need to send this person, I need to do a presentation for this person in 1 week. A new call. I need to call this person again in 3 days, or however it might be. Send mail. This only shows up if you pay the $3 or $5 a month and you have mail integrated. Links down here. You can see I have my Gmail, my Google Drive, and Evernote. So these links are here built in as part of every single contact that comes up. I have my links. Now the other thing you can do with links is, let's say you have a field in Zoho that's a Facebook. You have a place for them to put someone's Facebook page and someone's Twitter link and someone's LinkedIn. You could put over here under links, client Facebook, client Twitter, client LinkedIn. And whichever client record you have open over here, when you click this Facebook link, it's going to take you to that client's Facebook page, or
That's
that
cool.
client's
Okay.
Twitter, or that client's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So you pull up a contact and you want to call them. So you pull up a contact, you've got all their info here. Real quick, you could click over here and see what they've said on their Twitter for the past few days as you're calling them, and have that information right there in front of you automatically.
Nice. So, and where that's important, going back from the very beginning, and I'm taking some notes here. Remember where we said be personal, keep it personal, like don't send out blast messages, don't do stuff that people are going to go, oh, I'm just part of their email blast on a weekly basis. That's when people go, okay, it's not personal enough, they're just doing it to everybody. That's where this, a CRM system keeps you from getting unpersonal and keeps it personal, so you can send messages that like really truly mean something to that specific person. So just think about that when you're thinking about whatever CRM system you decide to use.
Well, yeah, and that's the really nice thing about a CRM is you can customize it so much that nobody will ever know that you're actually sending them automated emails. They'll think that you
Correct.
personally wrote them.
Correct.
So, okay, so this is the layout of Zoho, and you can see it's got account name, email, phone, other phone, mobile number, assistant, who they report to, who created it, when it was modified, what company they work for, and this is where all of the fields that you create yourself also show up right here in the main layout page. Well, you can edit this too. You can edit everything about Zoho, the fields, the look. So you've created the fields you want. Now let's say, for instance, I've created a status and a lead source field. Where'd the lead come from and what's the current status of that lead? So I can sort by those fields. Well, here, when you go here, you want to do the same thing. You want to make sure when you're editing your layout, you go to your module, you do the drop down, and you click contacts. Because if you edit the layout in leads, it's not going to show up in your contacts and you're going to get frustrated. This is a huge thing that will help you so much. I mean, that right there could be the whole training.
Right.
Just remember to go to contacts here. So you're in leads here in your edit page layout. You click the drop down. These are all the different modules that you have. Right now we're only working with contacts. So you go here, you click on contacts, and then contacts is going to pop in right here. And now you're working in your contacts layout. And you can see here you're back at customization layouts. Then all you have to do is grab these where these dots are here. Grab them where the dots are and drag these around, and you can completely change the layout that you see in Zoho. And if there's a field that you don't need that's showing up that you're never going to use, like, my clients never have personal websites, I don't need that. Just grab this, drag it over here to list of remove fields, and it'll stay over here and it won't show up in your Zoho layout anymore. So does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. When the question came up, and this is really cool, Al Rowe brought it up. He says, can you use links to have your docs like a PA in the cloud? Like, can you do that as far as a link in your links section?
And can you what, Scotty?
Can you use using links? Can you use that to save your docs like a PA in the cloud? Can you use stuff for storage? And I think what you had, if I'm not, like save your docs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you won't need to do that though. Zoho has a place to store docs. I'll show you.
Okay, cool, excellent.
Okay, so but you could do that. That's why, like, I have my Google Drive there as a link.
Okay, yeah, that's what we figured out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the this is if you want to edit the layout of your page, and then you can go here and you're still in customization. This is your search layout. So when you do a search, and you're going to need to go here to contacts, you can actually customize what tabs show up in your search. Now, we're still in customization, and if you see here, from search layout, we're going to go to web tabs. So web tabs here, these are the tabs that run across the top of your view. So you can see these are the tabs.
Got it.
These are the tabs that I unselected. These are the ones I have selected: home, email, leads, accounts. So these are the tabs that show up. Wow. And now, if I want to rename them, and instead of home, I want to use the word, start page, I can go up here and click rename tab, and I can rename that start page, and that's what it will be on the tabs in the first page, the dashboard when I come into Zoho.
Love it.
Now here, these boxes that I showed you, the start page in Zoho,
yep.
These boxes here, they're really easy to customize. So all you do is when you have a box here, if you click this X, it deletes it. It's gone. And then if you want to put it back or add a different one, you just click this plus sign right here, and you can add a new one. So let's say we delete this, we click this plus sign, this pops up, add component. Select module. Well, your module is going to be contacts. So you hit the drop down, go to contacts. Then once you select module, then you can select a component, custom view. Well, I want to have my open tasks. I want to name it open tasks, and I want one column. And then you click save, and that's when you see that box that I have that says
Yep.
open task, which I'll show you. So right here, open tasks. So that's how you create this box right here. So your open tasks sit there right on your starting homepage of Zoho. And then you can do the same thing here. Delete this one and go new and do a new contacts one, or you can customize it for anything that you want.
Okay, and cool. Just as a FYI, I'm sitting here looking at this going, man, there's some cool stuff. The hard part, and I put a post out on the Agent Mastermind Facebook page, and the hardest part was for people is to implement something. So to put this CRM in place, what I would personally recommend is to, and if you have an assistant, have your assistant set in on the training, set up Zoho, and set all this stuff in place for you, and then teach you how to use it. If you don't have an assistant, maybe hire somebody for a short period of time to, like, for a couple days or a couple weeks, and go, hey, I want this set up. Here's kind of how here's the mindset behind what I'm thinking. And then, there's certain people that'll love to do that for you, or find somebody in the office that can do it for you, or something like that. But make sure and take the time to do this, because if you get your task in order, you get your emails in order, you got everything in order, so it's automated. Once it's set up, it's just using it. That's the big part, is getting it set up and actually making it a part of your life and a part of your business. So
okay, so now we're gonna what I showed you up to this point agreeably looks like a pain in the rear. Okay.
Right.
And it's not. The way I showed you to do it, it's simple to do. It's not difficult. It took me forever. Zoho has all kinds of training and videos, and they got a 1,000-page manual and everything else. And what I just showed you is nowhere in any of their stuff. I don't know why they don't show it that way, but they don't. What I just showed you is a very simple way to get a working contact CRM set up. Okay, so now when you go to setup and website integration, you click on web to lead form, and this pops up, website integration. You're back to this screen right here, web to lead form, and you just go create new form. Well, then you name the form, you put the return URL, which can be the website or it can be a thank you page. You put the domain name of where the form is going, and then you go over here and you click which fields you want in the form. So you click, I want their name, and I want their email, and I'd like to have an address, or I'd like to have their Facebook page, or whatever you want them to give you. Then you select the owner, which will be you.
So this is an opt-in form, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's an opt-in form online.
Okay.
But
okay.
Instead of it going to like MailChimp or some email system, the information they put into this opt-in form goes right into your Zoho, and this person shows up in your new leads in Zoho.
Got it. Very nice.
So then you can go enable manual lead approval. You click this. Every time a new lead comes in, you're going to be alerted in Zoho that you've got a new lead. And then if you want, you can, and we're going to go through email and setting up email templates in another training, but you can click this drop down and you have all your email templates in here, and you can have a thanks for visiting our website email template. Do that as a drop down, notify the owner, save, and next. Every person that comes to your website puts in their name and email and clicks update. It's going to automatically send them an email and add them to your Zoho database so that you can follow up with them, or add them to one of your campaigns.
That's awesome, man.
So it's
like,
really,
so they opt in and they get an email automatically that automatically generated, and yeah, you're spending
automatically. And if, like, for one of the things I used it for, if you see here, I've got right here free ebook. So on my website, I have put your information here if you'd like to get this free ebook on internet marketing. Well, they put their info in, and it automatically sends them an email with the ebook, and then adds them to my Zoho as a new contact and new lead to follow up with.
Nice. That makes it.
Okay, so now we're back to, this is the main screen for Zoho, and I'm just going to show you a couple of shortcuts as you get going here. First of all, this is you've gone here, you've deleted these ones you don't like, and you've created the boxes that you want in here. So now you're only seeing the information that you want to see. What are my phone calls I need to make today? What tasks do I have? Who are my new contacts? And you can even have one of these that says new internet leads. And every new lead that comes off the internet will show up right here in the box. Now, one nice thing is over here it says recent items. If you're working in Zoho, which eventually you'll be doing, you can click on this recent items and it will bring up the last 10 contacts that you've worked with. So
the ones you need to get a hold of. Yeah.
Yeah, so typically, especially in real estate, you're working on the same people's files or the same people's records over and over and over again on certain days.
Yes.
So this way, you have the top 10 you're working on, and all you have to do is go to recent items, click their name, and it instantly brings up their record and all their information.
Very nice.
So it makes it really easy to work within those 10 people. And then, of course, anybody that's not on here, all you do is click up here in this search, and it'll pull up everyone. And the nice thing about this search is it's a global search. So let's say you can't remember someone's name, but you remember the first 3 numbers of their telephone number. You can put those 3 numbers in here, click enter, and it'll pull up every single person in Zoho that has those 3 numbers in their record.
Nice.
So you can search by email, by phone number, by name, by anything, and it'll come up and it'll pull up a list of everybody.
Buyer, like if you have them marked as a buyer or a seller, or I mean all that stuff, it'll come up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And no matter, you can search by any single thing. You may have made a note in their file that says, this person is a great client. Well, you can type in great client, and it will search and find every single record that has the words great client in it and pull them all up.
Nice.
So when it comes to searching, you'll never have any trouble finding anybody in all these records. And this is just a close-up of these 10 recent items here. And these are all links. You just click on one, it takes you right to their record. Now, as I said, when you're going to do a search, all you do is type in here first name, last name, middle name, whatever you want, and it'll find them. Now, these 2 buttons over here are also quick that you can use right from your desktop. The first one here is a calendar, and you just click on that, and this pops up, and you can pull up a date and then book an event. So if you want to book a quick event or a quick phone call or a task or whatever it might be, you can move month to month, year to year, and then book whatever you need to book right within the calendar here. Now the other one over here, this plus sign, when you click on the plus sign, it gives you the ability to very quickly create a new lead, a new contact, a new account, a new task, a new event, a new phone call, a new potential listing, potential buyer, or a new campaign. So you can create all of those right from this plus sign right here.
Nice. And again, this is all available on your iPad, your iPhone, everything you have, it's in the clouds.
Right, and this stuff is all part of the free version too.
Correct, correct.
So then when you do pull up your contacts, so you type something in here or you just go to contacts, click the contacts button here, the default is all your contacts, but then you can go over here and you can type in someone's name and do a search, and this is where you'll go here, import contacts. From your contacts page, this is where you'll go to import the CSV files. So if you have a CSV file from Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, your Gmail, you can go here and import all those contacts into Zoho. Now this is another benefit of the Pro version. With the free version, it'll import everybody, but it's going to make duplicate contacts. With the Pro version, it'll actually combine the contacts as it imports them. So you're not going to end up with 2 contacts for the same person.
That's it. That's on the paid version.
That's on the $12 a month version.
$12 a month version. Okay.
But the amount of time that will save you is worth $12 all day long.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so you go here, you type in Antonio, and then click enter, and it's going to do a search, and it's going to pull up. Okay, it pulled up every record that has Antonio in it. So Jeff Hamilton, somewhere in his record, it says Antonio. It might be in a note, might be in one of the fields, could be anywhere, but it's in there. And then there's Antonio here. And I started out with the free version, so you can see I have 2 records for him. So then I click on Antonio, and it pulls his record up. Here he is. And then over here, I have all of the different quick actions I can do with Antonio. I can add him as a new potential client, add a new task for him, add a new event, add a phone call, or send email to him. Now, this is the top of his record here with these. You can see here it has contact info. As I scroll down, these are all the fields that were already in Zoho and the custom fields that you've created and then moved around to create this layout like I showed you how to do earlier. Okay, so this is the layout of Zoho here with all of your fields, the custom ones and the ones that Zoho has. Then as you continue to scroll down, you've got here notes. So you can add unlimited notes for this contact. So every time you talk to them, every time you send them an email, do a presentation, whatever, you can go here and add notes. So can, if you have an assistant, your assistant adding notes, it will show who made the note. So it'll say note made by Denny and have the note. Note made by Joe and have the note. So you can see in here any notes that get made. If an assistant makes a phone call to a client, you'll know that and be able to see it here.
So now, you just brought up a great question, and if you don't mind if I answer it or ask it, so you can I have my assistant have it? Would they have the same access, or would they have a different access into my Zoho account?
No, and that's the really cool thing about it is you can actually set up. You can have unlimited people in Zoho. Okay. I mean, Zoho is made so for companies with 1,000 contacts or 1,000 employees.
Okay.
And then you can also even go and set permissions on Zoho. So you could set it so your assistant can make changes to contacts but can't delete them.
Okay.
And can't download all your contacts. And you can set permissions for the different people that you give Zoho logins to. So it's a very sophisticated CRM, and the more sophisticated you want to be with it, the more you can. So you can see here, this is where all the emails you've sent back and forth with the client are stored. Activities, open activities, activities you've completed, campaigns, potentials. Now attachments. All you do here is if you click this desktop button, it's going to open up and show you at your desktop with a browse button, and you can browse and attach unlimited documents to this person's record. So if you do let's say a PowerPoint presentation for them, you can attach that. They sign a listing agreement, you can attach that. You send over an offer, you can attach that. So every document, PowerPoint, spreadsheet, whatever it is, you can attach those to the client record. So when you pull up this client's record in Zoho, not only do you have all their information, all their fields, all the notes, all the emails, but all the attachments too. So you have everything that has to do with that client all right there in their Zoho record. I mean, it stores everything.
That's amazing, man. A lot of great questions coming in here, so we'll wait till the end.
Okay. So then from here, when you're in your contacts, when you click here on contacts and you go there, you can also set up default contact views. And you do that from right here. And this is in the free version, but in the paid version, you can clone views where you can't in the preview, which means you can clone them and just change the search parameters. It saves you a lot of time in creating these. So these are the views that are already in Zoho. All my contacts, new this week, new last week, just my contacts. So let's say you're a broker and you have 10 realtors using this. The realtors can pull up only their contacts if they want to.
Okay.
Unread contacts and contacts that you've exported mailing labels for. Then recently created, recently modified, recently viewed. Then you can create your own. Like I've got title contacts. These are contacts that have a job title in the contact, And the reason I created that is because I know every single lead I pulled in from LinkedIn, every single contact from LinkedIn I pulled in has a job title. So when I go and scroll down here and click title contacts, it pulls up every single contact that I imported from LinkedIn. And some contacts I didn't that have titles, but most of them are from LinkedIn. Then I wanted to do a search. How many contacts do I have that don't have an email? So I created that one. So you can create all these custom searches, and then all you have to do is click the drop down, click the search, and they all pull up. So you can go to new leads or internet leads or people I have to follow up with. I mean, it just goes on and on. It's as much as you can imagine as you're setting this up, because everything's customizable. But the fields that you create go back to the custom searches that you can create. So it's dependent on all the fields that you create. You'll be able to create a search that will search by those fields. So we talked about setting up A, B, C, D clients. Well, once you do that, then you can set up a search that's A clients. You click that search, it'll only pull up your A client records, or B clients, or anyway, you see how it works. When you set up fields, you can then use those to search. So you go here, you go back to setup. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the automation. You go to templates, okay, from the setup page, and you click on email templates. Now you can do mail merge templates too. Of course, then you have to print them out, put them in an envelope, pay postage. I mean, I don't know, most people.
But you can do it though.
You can do it. Most people aren't going to use those.
Okay.
And then for a company that has, you know, like they sell products and they've got 500 products, you can create templates for inventory for all your different products. But that doesn't really relate to us. So we're just going to go to email templates. And when you go here, you can see these are some of the templates that I've set up. It's been a while, contacts book. We assisted you with a mortgage. Here's your fee sheet. Nice talking with you. So you can see the name here and then the title over here. And then once you go in, and this is what we're going to cover in the next training, how to go in and actually build these templates so that you can automatically send these out to up to 200 people at a time if you want to.
Okay. All right.
But it seems like you're only sending it to them because you can customize it with all the information from their record.
Beautiful.
So when you go here and you pull your client up, all you're going to do is click Send Mail. And when you do this, right here, you click Send Mail. This pops up, and when you click this drop-down right here,
email template.
All your email templates are right here. And you just click on one, and it automatically fills in the whole email, and it puts in hi, contacts.firstname. Well, it's going to be hi first name, and it's going to put their first name in. And are you still their title with their company, and it's going to automatically put in their title and their company. So as you build these templates, you can have 20 different custom fields in here. Yeah. So nobody in a million years is ever going to think that you didn't sit down and type out this email, because there's just too many custom fields in it. And then, so this is what it looks like when you send it. This is what it looks like when they get it. Hi, Antonio. We haven't talked in forever. Are you still an executive VP director with the Monsoon Group Las Vegas? Okay, see, all this stuff is automatically filled in, and it took me literally 2 seconds to send this email. Plus, this email gets stored in his record. So if he calls me and goes, Denny, I got your email, all I have to do is go to search, put in Antonio, his record pops up, and scroll down, and I can see exactly which email I sent him. Not to mention all of his other contact info.
Nice. Nice.
Now,
so then that keeps track of every email you sent out, every response that comes back in, because when they respond through this, it shows their response as well, right?
Correct. It stores responses, send emails, and responses. So you're tracking every single bit of communication that you're having with these contacts.
Now, you don't have to use the Zoho email. You can use your own email, correct?
Yeah, you could use Gmail. You can use Hotmail, Live, any email that has POP, you can use.
Which is any business email, any GoDaddy email, any Bluehost email, no matter what email you have, they all have POP. Just so you know.
Right,
it
exactly.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
So you'll be able to use that. Now, this is the spreadsheet that I did for a mortgage company where we wrote the spreadsheet. We had their current rate, the rate they could qualify for, how much they'd save per month, and how much they'd save per year. Then we imported this spreadsheet into Zoho, under the contacts names. So it shows loan program, current rate, desired rate, annual savings, monthly savings. Then we created a template that shows, I ran the numbers on your last loan. It shows a loan amount of contacts loan amount. Although your current balance is less than the amount we show of contacts loan amount, you may be able to refinance, which could reduce your monthly payment by contacts monthly savings. So when this goes out, there's no way that someone thinks that this was a templated email because it has their actual numbers in it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But we could send these out, as much as we want. Now, this is something that's really cool, and it's very simple to set up. When you pay the $12 a month for the pro version, you can also set up macros here, and it's way easier than it sounds. So you open up a contact, like I have Denny Andrews here, and I click Send Contacts ebook. I click Run Macro, Send Contacts ebook. That's it. Then what happens is this pops up. The macro will be executed when you run Send Contacts ebook. An email using the Book Here You Go template will be sent to the contact. A task will be created in the contact's record with the subject Call on ebook. And the last action field will be updated, and it's updated with a text that says Sent ebook. So then I click Run. Boom, boom, boom. In less than a second, all that's done.
So you did 3 tasks with the click of 3 buttons.
Right.
Once you set it up. So, for example, God, I mean, there's so many things you can use this for. Like for brand new client, you just get in who's a buyer or a seller. You want to set them up with their own, their whole, here's what I'm going to do for you as a seller. Here's what I'm going to do for you as a buyer. Here's the steps we need to take. Literally with one click, once you punt that in there, it's done and you can send it out.
Correct. Yeah. So you could have it set up so send new buyer welcome letter, a task, set task to call 24 hours from now, update field to new buyer, and then you click the macro and you can do this from your iPhone.
Okay. Right. Crazy.
So you can execute the macro from your iPhone, and if you look here. One of the macros I have is schedule a call tomorrow. So instead of going to schedule activity and then looking up the calendar 24 hours from now and scheduling call, I just created this. So all I have to do is from the client record, click the schedule call. It automatically goes to the calendar, goes 24 hours ahead, puts call contact, the contact's name in there, all automatic.
Okay.
And you can create. Now here's how easy it is to create these.
Okay.
This is what the email looks like. Hi, Denny. Here's the link to the ebook I told you about. It's a 10 meg file. I didn't want it to clog up your inbox. Let me know what you think. But this is the automatic email that was sent by that macro that I just clicked on.
Okay.
So all you do is when you go to the Run Macro and then you click Create Macro. Then from here, you're going to name it and put in a description of what it does. Then you click Choose Template. And that allows you to pick what email template you want to be sent. And you don't have to send an email, but if you want to, you pick one. Then you click Update Field, and then it gives you a list of all the fields you have in Zoho. Which field do you want, and what do you want it to be updated to? And you put that in here. And then you go to Configure Task, and then when do you want the task to pop up? What do you want the status to be? What's the priority? Who are you assigning the task to? So if you want to assign the task to an assistant, you can do that from here. And then you click Configure. And then all you do is click Create. And boom, your macro's done. And it'll automate all of these functions for you from then on every time you need it, every time you want to do it.
Nice. So more or less, if you find yourself doing something over and over and over and over again, create a macro and be done with it.
Well, yeah, if you find yourself doing something more than once,
right?
Exactly. Let's say you have a listing update that goes out to all your listings every 3 days.
Correct.
Well,
Exactly.
you can set macros, say update listing 1, update listing 2, update listing 3, and all you do is open up the contact, click the macro button, and you're done. And it stores everything in that contact, so you know they were sent the email, they were updated. I mean, you have perfect information when it comes to the communication that you've had with that client. Plus, you can create unlimited macros. So the more you use this, the better it becomes at helping you.
Absolutely. Huge time saver. Working on your business instead of in your business. And then here's the cool part is someone else can do this for you. I mean, that's what I keep going back to.
Somebody
Like,
else.
Someone else can set all this stuff up and go, okay, Denny, you did that 3 times now. It's time to set something up so it's automated.
Right.
But personal. You can't have it as generic. It's got to be, hey, Denny, this is Scott. Just want to let you know. Look forward to working with you, and finding your new home, blah, blah, blah. Whatever that task is, I'll follow up with you in 48 hours. Boom. You set the follow-up. You send the email. It's all done.
Right. Exactly.
So Denny, somebody's saying, are you pretty much done because
that's
okay.
Why you want more?
No. We gotta like 2 or 3 people and I know there's more that says, man, my head's spinning, Batman. So, hey, so next time we're gonna give it a couple-week rest, Denny, and then I'll look at your schedule. But 2 weeks from now, let's show them how to do the Gmail, bring in the Gmail email. And then maybe a little more in depth on how to set up the macros with the email so they can do it all at once.
Yeah, what we'll do on the next one is we'll actually set up the email using a POP email service. So we'll use Gmail, but we'll show you how to do it for Hotmail or Live or AOL or whoever you're using.
Okay.
We'll set up an email template, and then we'll create a macro to send it.
Okay.
And
Steve,
then
let's jam out some of these questions. So Steve says, it says that data sharing rules are only the enterprise level, $25 per month. Know anything about that?
That could be, yeah. The enterprise, if you want to set it up with an assistant or you have multiple agents and you want to hide data from certain people, or you want to limit the access that certain people have, I think you do need to go. The enterprise level, $25 a month, that's where you have a company of 1,000 people, or
100
like
people,
I said, if you want to really limit people having access to content.
Now the question was, I wonder if each person, and we can find this out if you don't know it, but if each person has to have that level of the account, or if there's one $25 enterprise and then everybody else pays the $15 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, we'll find that out for the next time to make sure on that.
I mean, all I'm showing you is the
free stuff.
All the stuff that gave me problems when I was trying to learn this.
Okay.
I'm showing you everything that took me more than a half hour to learn. I'm showing you how to do it so you don't have to go through that.
Correct, and I appreciate that. Yeah. And this is it looks like there's some amazingly smart people on the call with big groups, which is really cool to see. You know what I mean? So we'll research that a little bit, and we'll find some answers for you and let you know on the next class coming up here in a couple weeks. So let's see. Okay, we'll cover that in the next class. Let's see what else. Paul, you there, buddy? Is there any questions that you see or? I know
there are so many great questions that have come through, and I've tried to stay. There are, and there's some good ones that I've kind of gotten buried. James has a great question about where do you create the ebook, and then where do you store it?
Oh, great question.
So if you're setting that up as part of what you're sending out through, like if you're going to set up where do you actually create that and store it inside of Zoho?
Well, that's a good question. The ebook. What you need to do is when you create the ebook, you need to get some kind of depending on how big it is, it has to be under 3 meg. So if the ebook is under 3 meg, you can actually store it right in the template that you build. You can, when you create the email template, you can upload the ebook right into that template, and it will attach it to every email it sends out. Now, if it's larger than 3 meg, then what you're going to want to do is like the one that I just did here is you want to store it in somewhere like box.net, which is free.
Right.
And you can see here, this ebook that I was sending was 10 meg. So I stored it in box.com and then just put the link in my template email.
Right. Okay. Here's a great question from Jeffrey. Should you clean up your CSV file before importing them into Zoho? I don't think so. Do you?
Well, you're going to want to clean them up, but it's just as easy to clean them up in Zoho as it is to clean them up in anything else. So one of the things here, I'll just show you really quick. One of the nice things about Zoho is, let's see. Okay, so here's Zoho right here. So when you pull up a contact, and let's say you want to go through and clean up all your contacts,
yeah,
you can use these arrows right here, and you can just go through contact to contact.
Okay.
So it's a great way. It allows you to go through your contacts, and then you can see emails that are sent back and forth here, and so you can go through this and go contact to contact and look and see, you know, and then you can either then go down here and go to client level and go, okay, well, this is a great client, or this is someone I'm going to delete, and then just go, okay, who's my next one? Oh, there's Scotty. Client level. Where's my double D?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Hey, do you use this 100% to send emails, or is this just mainly to send a templated email? Are you still in Gmail too?
Not very much.
You're mainly out of this?
Yeah, I mean, I like being able to go down here and look and see what I sent. And the cool thing is, I can see what I sent from my email, and then I can also see what templates I sent.
Okay. All right. Awesome, man. Awesome.
See, these are all the templates you got, Scotty.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I thought they were all personal.
I mean, dude, I was like, dang, this guy likes me today.
Hey, Denny, on that, the ability to set up macros, is that on the free version, the pro version, or do you have to go all the way to the enterprise version to get that?
Version.
It is the pro version.
Yeah, I don't have the enterprise version. I have the pro version.
Okay.
That's why I didn't know the answers to those questions, because the pro version is more than enough for, you know, the average business person, and it's when you've got 3 or 4 employees that you want to limit their access and do some other things like that. That's where you're going to need to go to the enterprise version, but that's going to be, I mean, that's going to take a lot more than what I'm showing here.
Okay. A lot of people are asking how much is the email version. So that if you just want the email version, if you just
want the free version with email, it's $5 a month.
$5. If you buy the pro version, which is there's a lot of different things you can do, like it automatically oh God, what do I want to say? Cleans your contacts so you don't have duplicate contacts. It does. There's so much more stuff that it does, but one of the things is it drops the email version to $3. So it's a total of if you want the whole. And you don't need to do this to try it out. I mean, I have Zoho, and I mean, I bought the paid version just because I wanted to upload more than what the contacts allowed me to upload. So I can upload 10,000 contacts at one time. So that's the only reason I bought it. And then I have not synced my Gmail inside of there yet. So I'm mainly just using it for a CRM system. So I mean, everybody's going to be a little bit different. So it depends on how far you take it, how little you take it, how much you use it. So it's up to you. But $5 if you don't have the Pro. $3 if you do have the Pro for G, and you can buy everything. There's nothing else you can buy except for the Enterprise for $15. Right?
Yeah, it's $12 for the Pro and $3 a month for for email, and you just go here to upgrade. The other thing that's nice about Zoho is it's month to month. I mean, they don't make you sign a year-long contract or anything. So, you know,
that's the great part, I think.
And you know, do some of the stuff I taught you, customize some fields. You know. Set up your layout, set up your front page, that kind of stuff, and then you know the bottom line is now you see what a CRM can do. I mean, it can store every single communication between you and a client. It can automate 80% of the email communication that you're doing with your customers and store it for you, and it can basically tell you what to do all day, who you need to call, who you need to send stuff to, what you need to do. I mean, this is the difference between a CRM and then something like, Outlook or Google Contacts, which basically just stores client information.
Correct. Here's a great question Mike Luby asked. Would you still use Aweber or MailChimp for your autoresponders? Is Zoho good enough to use for that?
Zoho is good enough to use for that, and let as your autoresponder, and that way it automatically puts your leads into Zoho.
Right.
But if you're going to send out, Zoho limits you. You can send unlimited emails every day, one at a time. Like from here, send mail, send mail, send mail. But if you want to send bulk emails, it limits you. I think it's to like 200 or 250 a day.
Okay.
So, but there is another add-on you can do where Zoho, you can export. Zoho will sync up with MailChimp.
Oh, okay.
So there's a whole ton of add-ons that you can do with Zoho where you can have basically any functionality you want. I mean, you can set up Zoho so that it'll export to QuickBooks if you want it to export to your accounting system, where you could put in here, what your commission is for each contact, and it'll export all that information to QuickBooks. I mean, it goes on and on, all the stuff that that Zoho has, and all of the different let's see if I can pull that up.
Stuff that it can do, yeah.
And all the different add-ons that it has.
Okay.
I mean, you can see here, it's got Zoho websites, reports, recruiting. It's for programmers. It's got a bug tracker, so you can track bugs in software. I mean, there's
invoicing.
What's that? Invoicing. You can see here there's a plug-in to sync it to Microsoft Office.
Wow. Okay. So
there's
really
not much
it's
that
everything,
it won't do.
Okay.
Hey, a couple people asked the same question when you were talking about being able to have like your assistant be able to get into Zoho and everything for you, and the same question came from several people. So I'm just going to say I'll ask this question: if you have the Pro version, do your assistants also have to have the Pro version? So instead of $15 a month, it's going to cost me $30 a month to make sure that my assistant can do all the things that I can do?
Well, I mean, unless you want your assistant to log in as you, which you can do. You can have 2 or 3 people logged into the same account. If you want them to log in as you, then no, you don't have to pay for another account. But if you want your assistant to have their own account, and then so you can show what your assistant's done versus what you've done in all these different client records and everything else, then then you're going to need to pay for another account.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
You know what's really cool about this is it actually, and I know you know this, but I'm kind of learning it myself because you're the expert. It actually syncs all your contacts inside Google. So if you're already using Gmail, it's just a couple clicks of a button under the apps and add-ons that it says Zoho CRM for Google, and it automatically syncs for you on a daily basis.
Yeah,
cool? There's so much stuff. Yeah.
There's so much stuff
I know.
that this will do. I mean, we're just barely scratching the surface, but we did cover the main stuff, which is how to customize your fields, how to set up your layout so it looks the way you want it to. Those are the main things for right now. And then once you get that stuff set up, then you incorporate your email, and you really won't need to use any other communication system. I mean, this will do
one thing.
Everything for you.
And it's web-based. It's all in the clouds. It's on your phone, Droid, iPads, everything. So
yeah, it's totally web-based. You don't.
All the training is web-based as well. From what I'm seeing on here, they've got a web-based training as well as a support desk as well. Cool.
Web forms. We'll end with this. And if you have any other questions, go ahead, Paul. But have you ever created a web form with Zoho? Is it a web form type platform?
Yeah, I've created. That's what that was what I showed you how to do in the training today, where you went to the website.
I'm sorry, not web form. I'm sorry. She did. I was thinking flyers or something. I'm sorry. Yes, you can do web forms with this. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can create anything you want with it.
Okay, here's one. If you use Zoho to replace your Gmail, now you're not replacing your Gmail. You're just
you're not. All you're doing is
inside Zoho.
Yeah, Gmail's still your email system. Zoho is just like a layer you're putting on top.
Correct.
so that you can send templates and other things that Gmail won't do.
Correct. Awesome, man. Awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it, Denny. This is some killer stuff. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you showing everybody. So next week we have, and Denny, you might want to join us, we have Ross. I don't know if you knew this, Paul. We have Ross Hare going to be on the call with us next week, Tuesday, for his version. He's going to show us how to get 3 clients right now from Facebook. I'm excited. I don't know if you know him, but he is an unbelievable guy, great guy. He's going to be on the call with us. So that's coming next Tuesday.
Awesome.
And, of course, the day before 4th of July is going to be a good class. So anything else, Paul, we need to wrap up?
That's all the housekeeping. Again, folks, if you would like a copy, I know that I mean, I was going through it as quickly as I could with him and following as quickly. There are some things that I missed too. If you missed something in the class, we did record it. The PowerPoint is also going to be available for you. Simply contact the loan professional that invited you to today's class. They'll be able to get you access to the replay and PowerPoint to make sure that you guys can follow along. If today was the first class you saw, this is part 2 of a series that we've been going through on database management. So make sure that you ask your loan professional also for part 1 of the series to make sure that you're caught up and up to speed with collecting your contacts and everything. So, Denny, another head spinner, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm telling you, every time he's on the call, it's like,
oh, boy.
Dude, I know. All right, so if you have not joined our group on Facebook, it's growing and growing and growing. It's getting out of control. I love it, love it, love it. A lot of good stuff, a lot of great questions. I'm going to take the screen from you really quick here. Oops, no,
okay.
not. I'm going to try. I just messed up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to take the screen. So it's at show my screen, Facebook.com. Got some cool stuff coming for you on Facebook, by the way. I'm going to fly out to Arizona next on the 10th, and I'm getting a little insight on something's going on. So I'll be excited to share that. Agent Mastermind. So Agent Mastermind, Facebook.com/agent groups /Agent Mastermind. There we go. Go to there. Request to join. It's a private group. So if you have a question about today, about any other week, or anything for that matter, there's 400, almost 500 people in that group now. You grow in, asking questions, learning, and the cool part is it stays in that group. If you ask a question, only the people in the group ask the question, then more than likely someone else has the same question, and we all get to learn from it. It's just an awesome community that's growing. So if you haven't joined us, feel free to go there, and we look forward to seeing you.
And it's a great place on that site. You can also do a search at the top, and you can comb through different questions. If you've got a question and you wonder if the group has approached the question before, search for it. It's a fantastic resource where, you know, the top producers in the country are exchanging ideas and strategies. So get involved in that, and you know, so you can learn a little bit as well. So great stuff again, Scotty. You outdid yourself this week, my friend.
All right, man. Well, Denny outdid himself. He always does. So,
always.
I appreciate being here, Denny, as always. Love you like a brother, and I look forward to
man. Back at you.
Classes,
Thanks, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good day, everybody.